Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your instructor Sania Gilani and this is our lecture number 25. This week we are going to talk about post-war literature which started in 1945 and onwards. So when we think about war, whatever comes to your mind, obviously nothing positive. Second World War ended in 1945. The world did not return to normalcy. It entered a period of deep psychological, moral, and cultural uncertainty. Cities were rebuilt, but faith in progress, reason, and stable human values had been shattered. Writers across Britain, Europe, and later the wider world began asking disturbing questions. What does it mean to be human after mass destruction? Can languages still tell the truth? Does history move forward or does it repeat itself? Post war literature emerges from this crisis of meaning. It is not simply literature written after the war, it is the literature shaped by disillusionment, fragmentation, and a search for new forms to express a broken world. In the previous lecture, we discussed how late Victorians and Edwardian literature still believed, at least partially, in order, social structure, and moral progress, even when questioning them. Early modernist writers like T.S. Eliot, Virginia Woolf, and James Joyce disrupted narrative forms and certainty, but they did hope that art could impose order into chaos. But when it comes to our post-modern writers, they did not have such a positive belief. For them, the world was already shattering. Post-war literature takes the disruption of the modern writers further. It no longer assumes coherence can be restored. Instead, it embraces uncertainty, silence, absurdity, and trauma as permanent conditions of modern life. So, before moving forward, let's establish a definition of the term. Post-war literature is defined as the body of works produced after World War II, reflecting the disillusionment, trauma, and social changes that followed the war. This genre often explores themes of existentialism, fragmentation, and search for meaning in a world that has been profoundly altered by conflict. The experiences of war had a significant influence on writers, leading to new narrative techniques and styles that challenged traditional forms. Now, the historical and social context of post war literature. Post war literature is deeply rooted in the aftermaths of World War II. The Holocaust, the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, mass displacement, and the collapse of empires permanently altered human consciousness. Traditional belief in nationalism, religion, and rational progress were severely undermined. In Britain, the decline of the British Empire, economic hardships, and the rise of the welfare state reshaped social life. Across Europe, writers confronted guilt, memory, and moral responsibility. The war also produced a crisis of language. Many writers felt that conventional realism and polite literary forms were inadequate to represent genocide, trauma, and existential despair. As a result, post war literature often experiments with fractured narratives, unreliable narrators, minimalism, and complete silence. Literature becomes a space not for comforting answers but for confronting discomfort. Next, what are the key characteristic features of post war literature? One of the most defining features of post war literature is disillusionment. Writers reject grand narratives such as nationalism, heroism, and moral certainty that once justified war and sacrifice. Instead of noble heroes that we encounter, ordinary, confused, and morally compromised individuals. The disillusionment is closely connected to a sense of loss of meaning. where life appears directionless and absurd. Another major characteristic of the influence is existentialism. Thinkers like Jean Paul Sartre and Albert Camus shaped literary attitudes by arguing that life has no inherent meaning. Individuals must create their own meaning in an indifferent universe. This idea appears repeatedly in post war texts, where characters struggle with alienation, freedom, and responsibility. Fragmentation is also central in this form of literature. Narratives may be non linear, incomplete, or circular. Memory intrudes unexpectedly, reflecting the psychological reality of trauma. Language itself may be broken down, become repetitive, minimalist, or deliberately empty. Writers are no longer confident that words can represent experiences. Post war literature also shows a strong concern with trauma and memory. The past refuses to stay buried for long. Characters are haunted by war experiences, guilt, or loss. This literature often suggests that trauma is not something that ends, it persists across generations. Finally, there is a growing emphasis on marginalized voices. Post war literature and and writers increasingly included perspectives of women, colonized people, immigrants, and outsiders. This expansion challenges earlier literary canons and reflects the political changes of the post war world. Next, let's talk a little bit about the major literary movements within post war literature that shaped the entire narrative. First is the theater of the absurd. One of the most influential post war movements is the theater of the absurd. Playwrights such as Samuel Beckett and Harold Pinter present a world where logic collapses and communication fails. In Beckett's Waiting for Godot, characters wait endlessly for meaning that never arrives. Dialogue is circular, actions are pointless, and time appears static. This reflects a post war belief that human existence lacks clear purpose. Post war realism is the next main school of thought that persisted in this literature, along with social protests. So, experimentational forms were persisting in post war literature, but they also produced socially engaged realism. In Britain, writers like Kingsley Amis and John Osborne, often called the angry young men, criticized class inequality, hypocrisy, and moral emptiness. Osborne looks back in anger. His voice reflects frustration with a society that promised change but delivered stagnation. Next school of thought is postmodern tendencies that were present in post-war period. Literature begins to show postmodern traits like irony, self-reflectivity, and skepticism towards truth. Writers question whether history itself can be narrated objectively or not. Reality is present as constructed rather than fixed. This marks a shift from modernist seriousness to postmodern playfulness and doubt. Now, let's pause a little bit, and after that, we will start on the writers. So far we have looked at the historical context, the main definition, the characteristics, and the school of thoughts that had been inspired by post war literature. But how did these different ideas and characteristics showcase in literature itself? It was through writers and their texts that promoted post war sentiments. First famous writer of this entire generation was Samuel Beckett, who stands as a central post war figure. His sparse language and bleak humor embody existential despair. Works like Endgame and Waiting for Godot strip drama of its bare essentials. George Orwell, another big name, though writing immediately after the war, addresses its ideological consequences. Animal Farm in 1984 warned against a society deprived of freedom, surveillance, and manipulation of truth. William Golding and his famous work Lord of the Flies explores the fragility of civilization, suggesting that savagery lies just beneath social order. The novel is as much about human anxieties as it is about human nature. In a broader context, writers such as Doris Lessing and Salman Rushdie expand post war literature, its moral and philosophical concerns reflecting feminism, psychological consequences, and post colonial perspectives. Now, let's conclude your topic. Post war literature represents a decisive break from earlier literary traditions shaped by trauma, loss, and ideological collapse. It challenges our assumptions about truth, meaning, and humanity itself. Rather than restoring order, post war writers expose chaos and ask readers to confront it honestly. This literature prepares the ground for later developments in postmodern and contemporary writings. In the next lecture, we will move from post war uncertainty to postmodern literature, examining how writers expanded on the modernist themes and criticized them. Till then, Allah Hafiz and see you guys soon.